Hi everyone, this is Ricky with Bromero Cards, and I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. Today's video is a special one because it is a collaboration I am doing with my Instagram friend, Call Me Crafty Al. She reached out to me and asked if I would like to join her on a collaboration where we chose a card from one another's Instagram account and then do a video based on our own versions. Here's the card I chose from her Instagram account. And as you can see, the card is simple and clean, and I love it, so that's what we're going to do today. I will link her YouTube channel below so you can see the card she is recreating. She is also having a giveaway, so make sure you head over there, and all you have to do is subscribe to both channels, like both of our videos, and leave a comment using the hashtag InspiredSaturdays. Okay, so let's get started here. Just showing some of the items I'll be using to make the card. That was a pink and main miniature ergonomic card. This die set is from MFT. We're going to be using some ivory cardstock, I believe that was from MFT as well, and 110 pound Nina cardstock for the base. And then we're going to be using just some leftover scraps of paper that I have left over. I decided to go with maybe like a rainbow theme, so I brought out 4 pieces, and through the card you'll see that I actually only used 3 of them. And finally we're going to use some VersaFine clear ink to do the stamping images for the sentiment. The first thing we're going to do is tear apart this die set, and we're going to go ahead and get the cones die cut out. And relatively simple, put it through the little die cutting machine. I used my miniature one here since all the images are small. And I'm going to do the same thing 4 times, so I'm not going to show you this whole thing every time. Now there is an emboss on the cone that shows the cross mark, so what I decided to do is take some oxide inks here and go ahead and give those a little bit of color, because these cake ice cream cones, they're kind of yellowish. They're not really white or brown. So what I decided to do is use some antique linen, and then we're going to turn around and use some frayed burlap to make it a little darker. And in the video you can't see it, but you can see the cross hatches of the cone there. After we get that done, the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and cut out the ice cream tops, and it's the same thing for all 4 of them. I'm going to take it, do it through the die cutting machine, and go ahead and move on to the next one. You don't really need to see all 4 of those being done. So now that we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and start putting the ice cream cones together. And I decided to use a strip of paper for this so that I could make sure it was secure, and I could go ahead and glue the ice cream onto the cone without doing an overlap for it. I wanted the cone to show as much as possible, so basically what I'm going to do is glue the cone down to this strip of cardstock here, and then what I'll do is I'll take the ice cream piece and glue that down on top of the cone. So that gives me a base for the ice cream cone, makes it more sturdy, and I could piece it together pretty easily without getting glue everywhere. I'm going to do this for all 4 ice cream cones, and then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get those cut out after I get them onto the strips. And basically the cutout's pretty easy. I'm just going to do some fussy cutting, and I'm just going to cut under the image a little bit so that the base does not show from behind the ice cream cones. And again, I did this for all 4 ice cream cones, even though I only really use 3 when it comes down to making this card. So now that we got all those cut out, it's time to go ahead and get these placed onto the card. Now I play around here a little bit trying to figure out what I want to do, and actually what I decided to do is go with a horizontal card instead of a vertical or a portrait card. Now I'm going to cut out some of this holographic paper because I felt the card was a little too plain for my style. So I'm just going to cut off a little bit of this cardstock here, and we're going to use the holographic paper to put behind the ice cream cones, just to give it a little bit of flair, a little bit of funky, you know. So here we go. I'm just trying to put it on here and figure out how I really want it to go. And then I finally decide to actually go with this. And so I'm just going to go ahead and get that glued onto the cardstock. And then I'm going to make sure that it's even, and make sure that it's straight, because I'm really bad about that. I'm going to use the T-ruler just to make sure that it's straight. T-rulers are awesome. You should get one in your craft room. They're good for a lot of things. Next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put some 3M foam tape on the back of all the ice cream cones. And then we're going to go ahead and start placing them onto the card. I decided to start with the middle one first to make sure that I have enough room on each side for the other ice cream cones. And it also helps with me trying to figure out if the items are straight. And then again, I'll come back and use my T-ruler just to make sure it's straight. And then as I discovered, the middle one was just off just a hair. So I decided to go ahead and pull that off and go ahead and readjust it. That is the good thing. If you don't press down on this 3M foam tape, you can move things. So that's pretty awesome. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and stamp out the sentiment. This is from a stamp set from Concord and Ninth. And I'm going to use the little banner here. And I'm going to go ahead and get that stamped out onto this tiny piece of paper that I already had here. Go ahead and get that stamped out, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp out the sentiment inside of that as well. Now once I have that all stamped out, I'm going to go ahead and get this fussy cut out, and so we can get it placed onto the card. So this video is coming towards an end. I'm just going to put some foam tape on the back of this and get it stuck on the card. I want to thank you guys for stopping by and watching this video today. Please make sure that you head over to Call Me Crafty Al's YouTube channel and watch her video, and then make sure you like both videos, you subscribe to both channels, and leave a comment using hashtag Inspired Saturdays, and that'll put you in the running for the extra stamp and die set that she's giving away over on her channel. So I want to thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for following me, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I love talking with you guys. You guys have a great week, and hope you're doing well through this whole pandemic, and that these videos help you just escape from that for a little bit. Talk to you later. Bye.